Hello, Bunny Squad. Today we're going to read a book. What are we going to read? This is the story about Ruff tells a story. Okay, Ruff tells a story. I'm reading a book. Come on, let's join me. Ruff tells a book by A.B. Hanlon. What is this book about? Let's see. Looks interesting. My teacher always said. My teacher always said, stories are everywhere.
Mommy, where's my Lightning McQueen?
I don't know. Where's your Lightning McQueen?
I think
Stories are everywhere, Ruff teachers told the class. Okay. Oh, wow. And the kids in my class were always finding them. I'm reading a book. Come, join me. So, everyone in this class are excited. So, the first kid said, then my mom ran so fast that she caught up with the ice cream truck. And other children said, I ran down the hallway with underwear on my head. After that, I decided to hide my Halloween candy in the bed. The dentist forgot to give me a toothbrush. So Ruff friends are very creative. They have wrote about the story. But every day at writing time, Ruff have a tough time. I thought really hard. I'm reading a book. Come join me. I stare at my paper. I stare at the ceiling. I could not write a story. He could not write a story. His mind is blank. Wow, look at everybody. I have no story, said Ruff. Everyone has a story. His friends, they're all writing long stories. They have so much to tell. You have to think about what did you do yesterday? Eileen, what you doing? So I looked for other things to do. I went to the water fountain. I roamed the hallways. So Ruff asked his teacher, can I go to the bathroom? Teacher said, again? I tried everything. Can I go help the lunch ladies? The teacher said, what? Ooh, Lightning McQueen. Stories happen to those who tell them. Then one day, after getting sent back to my desk, I begged Daisy for help. Daisy is Ruff's classmate. Hey, I can't write a story because nothing happens to me. Are you kidding? She said. I've written a ton of stories about you. I'm reading a book. Come join me. She began pulling her stories out of the desk. Look at this one, she said. Remember the time you let me brush your hair? And this one. Remember the time you knocked down all the crayons? Oh, and remember the time you painted your nails with a black marker? I thought I'd never be a great writer like Daisy. Then Daisy stapled all her stories together. Click, click. Wow, she said. This book is already 13 pages. Click, click. Can I use the stapler? I asked. I was really good at stapling. But you have nothing to staple, said Daisy. You have to find a story first. Just look around. Oh, Daisy said. Eileen, what you doing? Now bouncing around on me? So Ruff, I look for stories out the window. In the aquarium. Hi, fishy. In my desk. Why do you have socks in your desk? And when my teacher wasn't looking, I looked for stories on the floor. What do you see on the floor, Evan? Ants? Trash? Dust? Dad! That's my favorite part, said another of Ruff's classmates. Look, my next book. But still no stories, said Ruff. Ruff is thinking really hard. Lying under my desk reminded me of lying in the grass at the park. I closed my eyes and imagined I was at the park. Just like that time, a little inchworm crawled on my knee. The sun was shining right into my eyes. Squinting, I pick up the wiggly inchworm and look at it close. And that's when my teacher found me. What's your story about? She asked. I opened my eyes. I saw an inchworm. Wonderful, she said. I can't wait to read what you wrote. But there was no inchworm story. I sat down and tried to write about the inchworm, but right away I got stuck. Quickly I got really frustrated.
Why you got 3%?
That's all him. He's frustrated. He couldn't write any story. He just drew the worm and then he's like, I give up. Do you know any inchworm stories? I asked Daisy. She just rolled her eyes and kept on writing. And then my teacher said, Writers, come to the rock. Time to share. Ooh, teacher called out. Ruff, why don't you go first? Said the teacher. I pretended that I had lost my paper. Oh, it didn't work. He's sitting on it. I walked to the front of the rock. It took a long time. I held my paper against my chest so no one could see it. I was at the park, I said. An inchworm crawled on my knee. It was quiet. Everyone's listening. It was quiet. The classroom is quiet. My heart went dum, 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 dum. I can hear my heart beat. It's so quiet. That's when I looked at Daisy. So Daisy said, Wow, really? Did it feel squishy, Ruffy? Did you take it home? And then everyone...
These are him.
That's all his friends. And then everybody started asking me questions. Did your mom let you keep it? Did you touch it? Was it a baby? Was it a girl? Did it tickle? Did you name it? Wow, his friends are all curious about his stories. Wait a minute, I thought. Something did happen with me. Something did happen with that inchworm. Well, I picked up the inchworm and decided to name him Nick. I built Nick a house, but he just inched away. So I followed him, which is why I didn't notice that someone was following me. And then, all of a sudden, this wobbly, crazy baby grabbed Nick and put him in his... Dun 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 dun. What's the catch? Diaper! No! I tried to be calm. Come on, baby, I said really nicely. Give Ruffy the inchworm. It didn't work. Was this the end of Nick? But then I noticed Nick was escaping. He crawled right up the baby's stomach. Quickly, I rescued Nick and ran. And we spent the rest of the afternoon doing nothing together. The end. Yeah, Nick, his brother, put the worm Nick in the diaper. Everybody, clap and cheer. Show the picture, Ruff, someone said. I wasn't embarrassed anymore. So I did. He showed the picture. And that's the end of Ruff's story. Hope you like this book. Bye.